Marseillaise for the first time.
Yeah, since what, 19... Marquez at all, he had no choice.
Well, yeah, get out of my way.
There was a big orange and red motorcycle. 5 was his last lap, which makes him yet again the quickest.
View of your top 3 with 13 laps to go. So Whitler is on for second place.
Sorry to say at this stage for Vinales fans, it looks like but he dips into the 39s, not as quick as Miller, nowhere near as quick as Okay, yes. Fabio Quartararo's on a 2020 bike.
Rossi's same. He's in. Thought he was a goner, and he's just had to witness him go through. Rossi and Vinales
Cannot get it stopped. And of course, when you're in that group, sometimes when there's a lot of issues as well. Now, Fabio Quartararo is never going to have a better chance. Perhaps a little bit earlier, Pol Espargaro. Ruthless, brilliant up the inside. Best ever dry race finish. What a ride by Pol Espargaro. That's why Repsol Honda picked him up for an extra corner and picks off the KTM with the extra horsepower. So Pol Espargaro's got to do all
the moment. He's finally got into some rhythm. It took him long enough though. Struggled in the early laps, did he?
He can do exactly what the Yamaha needs to do. Just run that real high corner. It's better corner speed and edge grip than the KTM and the Ducatis, but he can't utilise it.
Cargo really, really wide, and through comes Franco Morbidelli, but he's got the inside line as Pol Espargaro. Marc Marquez, number 93 in 8th place.
Remarkable performance by Marquez. What a recovery. There is Marquez, and just at the top of your picture, Quartararo stretching away from Jack.
Here is Dovizioso now going through on Pecco Bagnaia, and we said that Dovizioso through to the podium.
Funny old game, motorcycle racing, isn't it? June 28th, here we are, 2 years later, on the brink of becoming a 8 seconds clear of Jack Miller. He took half a second out of the Australian on that last lap. Controlling Vinales back in 3rd. Vinales got nothing for him. He's about a second, he's got his hands on it.
Fabio Quartararo suffered heartbreak here last year when the mechanical got in the way. At the moment, as Matt said, there would never be a better chance for him to win. He was on the podium 5 times last year, the Australian, all of them on the 3rd. That would be astonishing. Pecco Bagnaia is really struggling a bit here now. Last year, now it's the turn of Franco Morbidelli.
Brilliant performances by Jack Miller. We heard pre-race that they had big expectations for him. A very, very fast and accomplished MotoGP rider, Jack Miller. He's given up the go hands now. Surely he's not going to let it slip through his grasp.
Mark's pace, these guys, but in terms of the amount of time left and the amount of time he's eating...
Away from Fabio Quartararo, because it's he who takes the checkered flag first that's your race winner. He'd have been long gone. Long, long gone.
Well, yeah, it's possible, but then, of course, there's a mark in front of him. It's hard to say, isn't it?
He keeps hitting those mid to high 138s, doesn't he, Quartararo? Eke away from Jack Miller. You can see that's the difference there between himself and Marc Marquez. You surely can't see Fabio Quartararo letting Marc Marquez recover 7 seconds mistake. Marquez, though, you know, right, he's looking potentially at the podium. Morbidelli, Bagnaia, Espargaro and Dovizioso, but right now, with the time he's got in his pocket for Maverick Vinales...
Well, it would sting a lot, because he's now right on the tail of Frank. Left here in the opening race of 2020. Marc Marquez, if you're just tuning in,
23.
He was leading this race, and it was here at turn 4 where it looked like he was down his way back through, and at the moment, he's right on the tail of Morbidelli in 7th.
Well, it looks like he's that amazing podium record going. He's going to pick off Franco Morbidelli in the braking zone into turn number 6, so you'd think that Marquez will be making light work very, very soon. Marc Marquez, he takes all the room needed.
Well, this is like a PlayStation game. Bagnaia struggling a little, and Pecco then trying to return the favour.
Well, he loves the psychological walk into the gravel trap at turn 4. Probably thought, well, that's Marquez, we don't have to worry about him for the rest of the race. He's on the podium. Unless he makes another mistake, he's on the podium, because these guys in front of him can't live.
Across the line we go. Let's see how far away. He's only 6 seconds off the lead at the moment. As it stands, Fabio Quartararo is riding beautifully out front. The thing is, Matt, he doesn't have to now push the boat out. He doesn't need to chase low to 130.
He's just dropping them with such ease. He's had some remarks. 12, his last ever Moto2 race, when he was pushed to the back of the grid for a penalty GP. This is a completely different ball game. If he comes through to salvage a podium here.
They showed a split of only 2/10 that Fabio's losing, you know, because, you know, Fabio's in lead of the race, trying to do everything perfect, to recover something from the race, and that makes me believe that if stage of the race.
Never a more truer word spoken by Simon Cray for Marc Marquez.
You know, you can't really say what more Fabio had in the tank because he can't really afford now to rip away.
Marquez is going to make mincemeat of these guys in front of him. His last lap was a 38.6, so 6/10 quicker than Vinales.
Well,
it looks like Miller as well is nibbled. Oh, Valentino Rossi, what's happened to him? Front tyres are covered in dirt, that's for sure.
As Marquez here goes through on his teammate for 2020 and Paul Espargaro, new teammate for next year. No, you can have that, Mark. And I'll just watch you try Dovizioso. Now, these two are old foes, let's be honest. Dovizioso will not believe his eyes.
So his long and distinguished career, and he's going to have salt rubbed into the experience to have Marc Marquez come by him and then go for Vinales and Miller. Here's Dovizioso out. Vinales takes second place back from Miller. It's all
and surely for the podium. He holds on to fourth place ahead of Andrea Dovizioso. By the way, fastest rider on the last lap in the entire field was Brad Binder.
Sensational with a capital S, no other word for it. What a performance.
Fabio Quartararo is 5 seconds clear with 6 laps to go, but it's this battle. Getting himself back into podium, well, he's in podium contention, back on the podium of 2020. It gets a lot harder to overtake as you go the number 93. It's whether or not they've got anything in the tank to offer it.
Retire. Potential mechanical problem, not the way the World Championship.
Here we go, here we go, into the final corner. He lines it up. He's got the inside, just the podium, and he's back up into 3rd place.
The team love it. You can almost.
He says, okay, well, you can work for it. Block pass. That was a bit sweet. Marquez.
You just knew that was coming. You pass Marquez, you better make it stick, because you know at the very next. Looks like resistance is futile for the Australian. Marquez then now starts as well. No points off of the day for the Spanish rookie. What's the gap?
Well, he's just eaten up about 3 of those tenths in that corner alone.
At this stage of the race.
This is just simply a second place here. At the very start of this race, Maverick Vinales was the man. He's forced his way through. And it is when you get Marc Marquez angry, this is what happens.
I have to take it this year's. I mean, I'm almost speechless. Gobsmackingly brilliant.
He's 4 laps away from securing his first ever MotoGP victory.
And you know what? Please no, please no.
And do you know what would make it worse? Is if he sees P2. All right, because that's a fast one.
Is that 4 again?
It's 4 again. It's caught him out once more. Let's have another look at this then. Front was twitching a bit. He was thinking about having Vinales. Last time he high-sided, of course. What was that at the end of last year? Blimey, that's a hot downs, trials and tribulations of this race for Marc Marquez.
How many more talking points do you...
Oh, he looks hurt there. He looks really hurt.
Yeah, he does. I mean, is there something wrong with that right arm? Previous with shoulders, hasn't he?
I cannot believe this race.
Wow.
Is it extraordinary?
Like that, that's going to hurt.
Guys, you know, it's also sad to... is one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yeah. He's not. Now, at the moment, though, look at Paul Espargaro. All of a sudden, Paul Espargaro sees a dry podium. Rose to lose. He's home and dry here with 3 laps to go.